Hello, we are happy to see you here at the SMX today and to talk to you. What do you want to get from this expo?
From this expo, we think we might take very much information about future trends. And what we see is that this expo is quite experienced, and all the people here with Rand Fishkin are quite experienced in what they do.
Could you please tell us a little more about your company's activities and its place on the world internet market?
So our company is both bid management, which is historical. On the other side, we are a multi-channel tracking tool, which means we are tracking all the clicks, all the impressions over all activity, and we are then building an attribution model to this to measure the attribution of one channel to another.
What do you do trying to become and remain best in your field? What are your corporate secrets in that?
One of our main topic for the next year is getting offline tracking. And since we are tracking TV ads, for example, so people giving us like a CSV file with all the TV spots, and we recognize and give the people a cookie when they come over the TV spot, for example. We are also measuring telephone calls, so call tracking might be one secret that we see this year.
What can you say about social media development? What will change in this area in the near future?
What we see is that social has an impact on all other marketing channels, which means not only SEO gets more interesting and more supported with Google Plus, for example. It's also like SEM activity gets involved and cross-referenced with all the social activity.
According to your opinion, is internet advertising necessary for an ordinary but successful international company selling simple non-internet goods, for example cars or beverages? Are such companies going to spend more money on the internet advertising than on TV advertising in the near future?
We might see that they spend more money in online advertising because it's also a branding effect that you can now measure. You couldn't measure that before. Like BMW or O2 are spending more money in brand building because they can now measure that brand building really works. Even so, the people then buy offline. And via couponing, for example, you can track that. So couponing enables you to even track offline activity. So that might be a direction where the market hits.
Are blogs now a serious instrument for internet advertisers? Are they getting more important with the lapse of time?
We think blogs are important to get very detailed information, but I don't see them getting more interesting. It's more or less they are there and it's good to have them, but more information will be shared on social media.
What do you think about ways of social networks development? Will we ever be able to communicate with one another without ads on the screens as it was a few years ago? Will we have to pay for such free of ads accounts?
I think personally that the ads are getting more closer to the users, so more fitting, which means you don't actually see it's an ad. You just think it's quite interesting information. So with retargeting on all the other technology, it might be a better quality, so the ads are not annoying anymore.
Will you give us any optimistic forecasts concerning the internet?
And what I think is that all the offline sale and the offline activity will more and more move in it. So to have a forecast, we think that 20–30% increase of online sales, even in classical retail area, will occur.
We wish you very success during this SMX show. Watch the interview record at bizteams.com. Thanks.
Thanks.